Hi everyone, welcome to Get Info. In this video, we will see what are different file permissions that are available in Linux and how to check what kind of permissions that a file has and how can we add or remove permissions for a particular file for users. We will see. There are three basic permissions available. Those are read, write and execute. We'll denote them with R, W, X. R means read, W means write and X means execute. For those three permissions, the numerical representation is we represent read permission with number 4 and write permission with 2 and executable permission with 1. These numerical representation or alphabetical representation will be helpful to assign or remove permissions for a particular file. In Linux, to a single file, we can add different permissions for different users. So while adding permissions for users, we can represent users in different ways. These are four ways that we represent users. First one, U means user. User who created the file or user as which we log into the machine. And next one is group, to which group the user belongs to. And if we specify group means whoever other users present in the group, for all them the permissions will be applicable. Whatever the group permissions will have, the permissions will be applied to all the other users that are present in that particular group. Next one, O. O means others. Others means those who are not belong to the above two categories, user and group. Other than those two, whoever other users are present in the system, they will come under others. And next one, all. All means every user in the system. So while specifying permissions for particular user, we will select users from these four categories based on the permissions that we want to assign. Next one, if we take file permissions section for any file, it will have 10 fields. Each field represents different purpose. Here you can see those 10 fields and its purpose. The first one represents file type of file it is. By observing the first field, we can say whether it is a normal file or directory or any system link, we can say. And the next three fields are for user, and the next three fields are for group, and the last three fields are for others. Why there are three fields for each category? These represents read, write and executable permissions. Every category, these three permissions are common. Read, write, execute. For group also read, write, execute. For others also read, write, execute. For suppose if we see like this in the permissions section, the first field, there is nothing in the first field means it is a file, a text file or executable file. And next means in the user section we can observe read and write, RW means read and write. User has read write permissions, no executable permission. And in the group section we are seeing read and executable permission, no write permission. But in the other section we are only seeing read, R means read permission, no write permission and executable permission. This is how we can understand the permissions section for any file or directory. Let me open my Ubuntu and show you. We can see the permission details by executing ls-l. For every file or directory, you can see complete information related to that. The first section is permissions, and the next one is number of hard links, and next one is who is the owner of that particular file or directory, and next one is to which group the file or directory belongs to, and the size of the directory or file, and the date and time at which the file or directory has been created. Here you can see, as I mentioned, it is also has 10 fields. The first field we have D. D means directory. Here if we have D, it means directory. If we have nothing, it represents a file. Or if we have L in this field, it means system link. And the first three fields represent user permissions, and the next three fields represent group permissions, and the last three fields represent others permission. Here in this case, user has read write executable permission and group has only read permissions and others has only read permissions. This is how we can understand what kind of permissions the file or directory has. And now let me show you how can we change these permissions based on our requirement. Means adding permissions or removing permissions. Here I have created a table to represent them. The type of action I want to do. I want to add permissions of read and write to user and others. How can I represent? For users, I want to add read and write, so I added RW, U plus RW. And others also I want to add read write permissions, so I have added O plus RW. This will add read write permissions to both user and others. If I want to remove executable permission from others, how can I represent that? O minus X. This will remove executable permission from others. If I want to add read and executable permissions to group users, how can I represent that one? G equal to Rx. This will remove every permission that group users already has and add new permissions as read and executable permissions. And next one, if I want to add read write executable permissions to everyone in the system, means all users, I can represent that in a way like A plus RWX. This is how we can represent to add permissions to a file for particular user or group of users or all users. Okay. We can also add permissions in a numerical way. I will explain you in a few seconds. Okay. Let me show you first how can we add permissions or remove permissions by using alphabetical letters. To add permissions or remove permissions, we make use of a command called chmod. First of all, let me create some files and show you how to add permissions. Here I am creating test and test1. If I list out for test and test1, I have default permissions as for user RW read write and group read write and others I have only read permission for both the files. If I want to add executable permission for user and I want to remove read permission for others, how can I do? O minus R. And for which file? I want to do that file text file. If I enter and list out the permissions for text file, you can see here for user executable permission has been added and for others read permission is removed. I performed both in a single command. For example, if I want to add write permission for others, how can I do? O plus W and file name is test. If I list out the permissions again, you can see for other section write permission has been added. This is how we can add or remove permission. For suppose if I want to add executable permission for all users, how can I do? A plus X. Whichever the permission that I want to add, I will select here. If I want to add read or if I want to add write permission, I will click W. If I want to add executable permission, I will select X and text file name. If I press enter, it will add permissions and let me list out the permissions. Here you can see executable permission has been added to all users, user, group and other users. If I want to remove that executable permission for all users, how can I do? A minus X and file name. If I list out the permissions again, you can see executable permission has been removed. This is how we can add permissions or remove permissions for different kinds of users in a alphabetical representation way. And let me show you in a numerical representation way. I have explained you read permission means 4, write permission means 2, 2, and executable permission means 1. If I want to add for a particular file read permission for plus write permission, I need to add 4 plus 2. What I will get? 6. I need to use 6 as representation for both read and write permission. If I want to add only read plus executable permission, I need to use 5. Okay. Like that, we will add permissions based on our requirement, and we will use that numerical representation to add permissions or to remove permissions. In a numerical way, we will supply permissions for 3 categories: user, group, and others. For suppose for user, I want to add read write permission, means read write means 4 plus 2, 6. And for group, I only want to add read permission, means 4. And for others also, I want to add read permission, means 4. While configuring permissions in a numerical way, we need to use in this combined form to represent the permissions. Let me show you. Right now, if I list out file permissions for test1 file, it has read write and read write and read write. Read means 6, 6 and 4. This is the file permission representation for test1 right now, whatever the permissions it has. If I want to change the permissions, I want to add executable permission to user. If I add executable, user will have all 3 permissions, means 4 plus 2 plus 1 means 7. User will have 7. And for group, I just want these 2 only. Okay, for group I only want read permission. Read means 4, and for others also I want only read permission, means 4. So to set the permissions, I need to use 744. Let me show you chmod 744 test1. If I list out the permissions again, you can see here for user executable permission has been added, and for group only read permission is added, and for others also only read permission is added. If I want to add extra permissions to already existed one in a numerical format, how can we do? Chmod, I don't want to change permission for user, and I only want write permission for group, and I don't want any user, I don't want to add any permission for others. If I execute this one, for group user, write permission will be added. Let me press enter. If I list out again, you can see in the group section write permission has been added. If I want to remove any permission from already existed one, how can I do? Minus, from user I want to remove W, and from group also I want to remove write permission, and for others I don't want to remove anything. Or else, let's say I want to remove read permission for others. Read means 4, and if I enter test1, the permission has been modified. Let me list out here. You can see write permission has been removed. From group also write permission removed, and for others read permission also removed. The first one which said new permissions, but in the next two cases it will modify the existed permissions, means it will add to already existed permissions, or it will remove permissions from already existed one. In this case, it will completely neglects whatever the permissions the file already has. For suppose, if I add chmod 777, it means read write executable permission for user, read write executable permission for group and read write executable permission for others. Let me enter. If I list out the permissions again, you can see here everyone in the system has all permissions. It is equal to chmod a plus rwx space test1. This command is equal to this command, like this. In this way we will add permissions for files, and in the same way we can also add permissions for directories also. Let me show you. ls-l. For suppose in the desktop directory, for the desktop directory, user has read write executable permission, but a group users and others has only read permission. Let me add executable permission for group and others also. How can I do that? Let me show you in a numerical way. For user I don't want to add anything, but for group I want to add executable permission, and for others I want to add executable permission. And to which directory I want to add? Desktop. You can observe here these permission I am adding to already existed one, not new permissions. If I press enter and if I list out again, you can see for desktop executable permission has been added to group users and others. This is how we can add permissions for files and directories. Next topic I will discuss. If we create any file or any directory newly, it will have some default permissions. Let me move on to desktop location and see are there any files. Okay, let me remove the file. Currently there are no files in my desktop. If I create any file called text, for suppose demo, if I list out the permissions, you can see it by default has read write for user, read write for group, and only read permissions for others. Generally any Linux system will has default permissions as 666 for files and 777 for directories, means read and write permissions for everyone and read write executable permissions for everyone in case of directories. This is in case of files and this is for folders. But we can change this permission. Here you can see I didn't get read write permission for everyone, only group users and user has read write permission and others doesn't has that one. This can be modified by using something called umask. This will have some value, and based on the value it configured, it will remove the permissions from the default permission. Let me explain you. I have told you Linux system defaultly will have 666 for file and 777 for directories. For files, let's say if I want to configure read write permissions for user and only read permission for group users and others, I want these permissions need to be configured every time a new file has been created. How can I do that? If I subtract, what is the result that will I get? 0, 2, 2. So this is the value that I need to add to umask. If I add umask 0, 2, 2 and let me check, the value has been added. If I create any file, touch space demo 2, if I list out permissions for demo 2, I can see read write permissions for user and only read permissions for group users and others. This is how we can manage the default permissions that need to be configured while creating any new file or directory. This configuration will be only applicable to that particular terminal only. If we want to do that, if we want to do this modification globally, means overall the system, so we need to do a little bit modification. In the home directory, we will have a file called profile. In that profile, here you can see umask. If we uncomment and if we add umask value here, it will be applicable to whole system wherever you are in. If we create any file or directory, this umask value will be applicable and the new permissions will be added. This is how we can manage file permissions for different users in different ways. In the next video, I'll explain you what are some more advanced permissions like SUID, SGID and sticky bit. How they will be useful, I will explain. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.